Hey guys, so today I'm going to start with a little before, and here's my skin currently, and then I'm going straight in with my P. Louise base in shade 1, and I'm just going to go ahead and prep my lids for the eyeshadow. So the first palette I'm going to show you guys that I'm using today is the Feet on the Ground palette from Made by Mitchell, and then the second one I'm using is the Me, Myself, and Mitchell palette. I can't show you because I shattered the pink. Oh my god, heartbreak. And yeah, basically I'm just gonna go ahead and prime my lids. I like to bring it past my eyebrow and past the inner corner of my eye, just because I use that yellow shade to set everything in place. And personally, my inner corner of my eye gets oily sometimes and it's a pet peeve, so I just like to go ahead and set it with that yellow eyeshadow and primer. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put tape where I want it to be sharp, kind of like a wing liner, but it's not. It's just gonna be all the eyeshadows blended into one, and then I don't have to clean it up with concealer afterwards. So if you look at the left side, you can kind of see I kept it small. I did the eye shape that I actually have instead of making it look larger. So that's basically what I'm doing here. I'm just creating that shape. I'm not gonna bring it too high up, and then for this last step, I am gonna just drag it out as I would for my past looks that are kind of like a wing look, but this time the tape's just gonna create it to be a sharper edge, which makes my life easier because then at the end of the day, I won't have to go back with concealer and clean it and fix it up. And then using the same yellow that I have used in basically all of my past videos, I'm just gonna go ahead and mute that bright primer underneath. I got a tan when I was in Mexico, so it's not usually this bright, but this yellow kind of helps me mute that, just because I don't like a bright underneath my eyebrow unless I have like cleaned it with concealer and like actually want it to look like sharp. But yeah, so I just like to do this step. And then I'm gonna go ahead and deepen it with the next deeper shade of brown, but we're gonna do like 3 levels for this look. I did a light brown, a dark brown, and a black. Usually I would recommend to like do about 3 shades if you want like a seamless blend. Doing 2 is pretty hard. It's possible, but it's pretty hard. So I would recommend that like as a beginner, just because when I used to first start doing makeup, I would think that I'd only have to blend with one other color than the one that I was using, and it always just kind of looked blotchy. So yeah. And then I'm gonna just go ahead with my black, and I'm focusing a lot on my outer corner just because that's where I want it to be the deepest on my eye. And then once I start to like drag it over to my lid, I'm gonna keep it low so that when I cut my crease, it's not a lot of the black that stays behind, but more so I actually have to clean that black up because I'm cutting my crease. Now going in with my P. Louise base again, but the shade 0, Rumor 0. I'm just gonna go ahead and cut that crease literally no further than my crease line. So now I'm going in with the Me, Myself, and Mitchell palette again. I'm going with that super light pink in that palette, and I'm just setting the top of my lid. If you don't actually like the color of this pink, if you wanted it to be brighter or lighter, you can go in with like a white, and it would just kind of make it more of like a pastel pink, which is actually what I chose to do later on in the video. So now I'm gonna go in with this small brush and go into that deep brown and black I got on my lip. Oh my god, I just noticed that. Anyways, I'm putting it all over my crease just to define that cut crease again. And then I'm going in with that white that I was speaking of earlier, and I'm just lightening up this pink because I didn't want it to be too dark of a pink for this look. I kind of want the rhinestones to pop out more. So these are the diamonds that I'm going to be using later, but I'm not going to do it yet because I hate when powder gets on them and it makes it lose their shine. So I'm going to do it after my face, starting with my gripping primer from Cover FX. Then I'm going in with my L'Oreal Infallible, I don't know, shade 455 foundation. And I wanted to kind of show my technique. I realized I never really did. I don't know if anyone was interested in it, but I basically dip in and use half for one side and half for the other side. And that's it. I don't use a lot of foundation, which maybe it looks like I do because of the way I do my makeup. But a lot of people ask me, like, does it feel heavy because of how much makeup I put on? And it actually doesn't. And I've actually had a lot of my clients tell me too, for the amount of makeup that we put on, it doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't feel cakey. Like, there's no way I would be this obsessed with makeup if it made my skin feel like that, because I also am obsessed with skincare and clearing my skin. So yeah, there's no way. So I finally found a contour stick I actually like. This is Effect number 14 from Morphe. Usually I do stick foundations instead because their formula is so much more dry, the contour sticks. But this one is so creamy and bomb, so Morphe, you did that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and blend up, not down. Now I'm going to mix my e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer with my L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer. These are both super full coverage and they're pretty bomb. I just wanted the brightness from the e.l.f. one. Before I even start blending out my concealer, I always make sure I have my powder ready to set directly after. These are the 3 areas I like to focus on setting. Also my smile lines too, which I forgot to do. But yeah, and then I'm going to go ahead and just blend away and directly after set it with powder and call it a day. So I'm going to go ahead and just set underneath my eye contour to brighten that, and then my nose because it just gets super oily on the sides and I hate buildup on my side of my nose. And then I'm going to do underneath my cheek contour, just so whenever I do my powder contour, it helps to kind of diffuse it. Since there's already powder in that place, it won't be as harsh and it won't be as dark when you apply it there. So yeah, and then I'm gonna go ahead and pretty much set everywhere else in my face that I didn't set yet with the leftover powder that's on the sponge. I don't have to actually go dip into it again. I just go ahead on my T-zone, on my chin, and my forehead. So this is the contour palette I'm going to be using today. This is the NYX contour palette. I'm going to go ahead and do my nose, basically starting with the 2 lighter shades. I'm going to do the tip and the bridge of my nose, the 2 points that I want highlighted. And then directly after I'm done doing that, I'm going to go in with the contour shades and do the tip of my nose again, and then the sides of my nose on the side of the lighter color I just placed down. And then when you're done doing those steps, you're going to go back in with the lighter shade. And trust me when I say, if you haven't tried this method, just try it, because 1, it's easier. Even though it's tedious, it's easier and it gives you more natural, clean result versus a cakey one that's super noticeable. But yeah, and then I'm going to go ahead and do the brighter parts again, the tip and the bridge. And if you haven't tried this step, also try this. It's not for everybody because it does kind of make your nose look a lot smaller sometimes. But if you haven't tried it, try it, because that's, you gotta explore and see what you like. But I don't do this step every single time. Only sometimes I like to do the sides of my nose because I don't mind my nose too much, but I used to. So I wish I knew this in high school. Now I'm going to go ahead and set that powder contour in using that NYX palette I just showed. And I'm going to basically go in all the same spots that we did liquid contour. Now I'm going in with my Note Cosmetics blush. This is the shade Desert Rose, and it's kind of like a salmon color. I'm just gonna go ahead and do this all over the apples of my cheeks. I do also like to apply it to my forehead and my chin just to like bring back color to my skin. Then you can go ahead and remove all of that powder. Now going in with my Euphoria X Makeuptutorial's Glazed Donut Highlighter. I'm going to go ahead and do the tip of my nose, the bridge of my nose, and my chin. Also, what I like to do is right here, I'm avoiding a pimple on my chin because I don't like to highlight pimples in certain areas. Like, for example, you can avoid a little pimple on your chin and no one's going to notice if you highlight everything else, or on your forehead or something. Like when I would get breakouts, I would do that. Honestly, that's a huge reason I stopped using highlight on my cheeks, because you could see my pimples. Now for my waterline, I found a bunch of these faux whites eye pencils from NYX. I love them because they're just basically super bright pastel colors. They have like blue, purple, pink, and etc. I don't know, but those are like some of the ones I got. I'm just gonna go ahead and do my whole waterline and past my waterline, kind of underneath my eye. I'm kind of using this as a base. Now I'm going to go ahead with the Me, Myself, and Mitchell palette using that bright pink again. I'm just going to go ahead and press it into that white that I put down. Then I'm going to add a little bit of brown underneath that just to give it a little bit of depth. And now we're going to start going in with these diamonds. I'm going to just put it on the pink area on my lid using my duo glue and this little wax stick I got with one of these sets. It's actually pretty helpful, so it just sticks to the rhinestone so you can actually apply it. So right here you can see a little bit of a before and after. And then because this glue does get tacky really quick when you put small amounts, I'm just going to work in sections, basically putting a few dots here and there and then applying them right away. You can just keep repeating this process until your full lid is covered. Now I'm going in with my Pink Leaf Cosmetics lashes in the style Dope Girl. These are super bomb, they're long. But can we appreciate the fact that I matched the case though? Anyways, I'm going in with my green duo glue and I'm just lining my lash line and popping these bad boys on, and they should stick right away, no problem. Now I'm going to go in with my nude beige lip liner from NYX and just line my lips. This is a super natural lip liner, so I like to use this one whenever I use a gloss. And speaking of gloss, today I'm going to go in with the Pink Leaf Cosmetics clear lip gloss that I got from her. And I'm going to apply it with a brush just because I feel like I have more control. But just a reminder, I know you guys seen it on my video, the code MauilenaXO, but make sure you guys use that when you shop with Pink Leaf and just save yourself some money. And then here's a side-by-side for the bottom mascara. I just wanted to show you guys a little slight difference that it makes. And And that's it, guys. I hope you like this Pink Leaf Cosmetics meets Euphoria vibe that I have going on. But make sure you guys check out Pink Leaf Cosmetics and use my code MauilenaXO. And also remember, I have a giveaway I want to do, so make sure you guys share this video, like it, subscribe if you haven't, and thank you so much for getting this far. Bye. See you guys next week.